then the aircraft takes off. This is the moment that both groups come together. So remember God as He said, "O Lord, pour your patience upon us and make our feet steadfast and give us victory over the infidels." Pray for yourself and all your brothers that they may be victorious and hit their targets. Ask God to grant you martyrdom facing the enemy, not running away from it, and for Him to grant you patience and the feeling that anything happens to you is for Him.
American 11 Heavy, climb maintain flight level 290.
Flight level 290, American 11.
When the confrontation begins, strike like champions who do not want to go back to this world. Shout Allahu Akbar, because this strikes fear in the hearts of the non-believers.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! The hell's going on? خلاص احنا هون.
The pilots are either killed instantly or removed from effective control of the plane. At some point during the assault, flight attendant Amy Sweeney reports being shown the apparent bomb by one of the hijackers. A mace or mustard gas is sprayed into the forward passenger cabins. Shortly afterwards, though, all 5 hijackers barricade themselves inside the cockpit. No one else on the plane will see or hear from them again, being stabbed by the hijacker seated directly behind him. Lewin was the best equipped of anyone on the plane to try and repel the assault. But the ex-Israeli commando is now severely injured, with a wound to the throat.
The passenger, Daniel Lewin, I think, was attacked for one of 2 reasons. Al-Suqami was sitting right behind him, and it just could have been that Daniel Lewin was right in reach and in range of any one of the terrorists that decided to use him as an example for the other passengers, or Daniel Lewin decided to take action and intervene.
If everything goes well, every one of you should pat the other on the shoulder in confidence. Remind your brothers that this act is for Almighty God, or they should sing songs to boost their morale as the pious first generations did in the throes of battle. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
With the autopilot now switched off, the aircraft is in the complete control of Atta and the other 4 hijackers. A mystery remains about when exactly the hijackers start to pilot the aircraft. One alternative scenario is that they force at least one of the crew to guide them nearer to New York without revealing their true intentions.
If I had to speculate, I would guess that the cockpit crew were in charge of the aircraft, at least to lower New York to the beginning of the Hudson River. It sounds...
Nobody move. Everything will be okay. If you try to make any move, you endanger yourself and the airplane. Just stay quiet.
I think the guys are
up there. They might have gone their way up there or something. Nobody can call the cops at Lieutenant and get inside.
Betty and Amy Sweeney now work closely together to report the details of the hijack to the ground.
Amy and Betty were trying to relay information, and so as I was talking to her, she would, ask Betty, "Did you see this?" Or, so they were kind of working in tandem to get the information out.
It's now clear that while the hijackers are in control of the cockpit, the flight attendants are in full control of the passenger cabins.
I think the thing that you might have been most impressed with was their calmness, that they were relaying information as quick.
A northwesterly path, but the hijackers now execute a dangerously sharp 100-degree left turn. The plane is now heading.
Do you know any information as far as the gentlemen that are in the cockpit with the pilot? Were they from first class?
Yes, they're sitting in 2A and 2B.
They were sitting in 2A and B.
Yes.
They are in the cockpit with the pilot.
Yes, they are.
Is there a doctor on board, Betty?
A nearby aircraft receives a coded emergency locator transmission, or ELT, to the dive.
When the 0 hour approaches, wholeheartedly welcome death. For the sake of God, always be remembering God. Either end your life while praying seconds before the target, or make your last words, "There is no God but God. Muhammad is his messenger." Afterwards, we will all meet in the highest heaven. Inshallah.
What's happening? The airplane's all over the place.
I asked her, "Can you look out the window?" This was right near the end of our conversation.
I see the water. I see the buildings. I see buildings. We're low. We're far too low.
Betty, are you there? Betty? I think we might have lost her.